When I was growing up in Korea, I never realized how unusual our meals were until I left the country. The very first time I brought an American friend to a Korean restaurant, I still remember his reaction. He sat down, the server came by, and then, boom, 5 little plates appeared in front of him. Then 3 more, then 2 more. His eyes got huge and he whispered, "Wait, did you just order all that? Is this extra?" And I told him the same thing I'm telling you now. No, this is just Korea. Most Americans don't know this, but free side dishes, banchan, come from a very old tradition that goes back hundreds of years. Korea used to be a farming society, and meals were something you shared with everyone, no matter how wealthy or poor you were. If someone visited your home, it was considered rude, almost shameful, not to bring out several dishes to show hospitality. Even if all you had were simple vegetables or fermented foods, you still set out a full table. That mindset became part of our culture. A generous table shows a generous heart. And then there's another layer most people don't know. Korean food was designed around shared flavors. Each banchan is not a side dish the way Americans think of side dishes. It's more like flavor tools. One dish adds crunch, one adds saltiness, one adds freshness, one resets the palate, one boosts appetite. Every dish on the table works together like a team. That's why Koreans don't eat just one flavor at a time. We constantly mix a little kimchi, a little spinach, a little pickled radish, a bit of marinated potato. Everything balances out the rice and the soup. But here's where it gets even more interesting. The rule of free refills? That actually started during the late 1900s, right after the Korean War era, when many families finally had enough ingredients to cook large batches. Restaurants competed not with fancy menus, but with generosity. If you served more banchan, people assumed your place was better. It became a business strategy, and Koreans got used to it. So if you're in Korea and you finish the kimchi, don't be shy. Ask for more. It's totally normal. And there's one more thing I always tell people. Banchan isn't about the food, it's about the feeling. When a Korean table is full of small dishes, it makes you feel like you're being taken care of. It reminds us of home. It reminds us of family. And even today, in 2025, when you sit down and see 10 little plates appear for free, it's Korea's way of saying, eat well. You're welcome here. That's why Koreans serve so many free side dishes, because every meal is meant to be shared. Every flavor is meant to complement the others, and generosity is part of the culture.